YouTube, what's up? It's Josh, FJ55 Iron Pig. Thank you very much for clicking on my video. Well, we're going back to showing me again. Wearing my new True Timber 2 MC, or True Timber MC2 camouflage shirt. It's the winter version. It's cold. Got a gift card from work a while back and finally decided to buy this. It's very warm, very warm. Almost too warm at times, especially if you're out walking the dogs. That's not what this video is about. First of all, as always, thank you for clicking on my video. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that any of the information I put out there is helpful to you. Today, I'm talking about this. It's a new headlamp. Now, I've had I should have been more prepared. I didn't even think about this till now. Ah, here it is. I have been using this one. It's called the Ranger something or another. Well, still is a good headlamp. You know, you got your, I will try not to shine it too much in your eyes there. You got white, you got green, you got red, you got flashing red. I use the white a lot. It's adjustable like so. Cyclops. That's right, Ranger Cyclops. I'm glad that was printed there. It uses 3 AAA batteries. They last actually pretty good a little while. I think this was rated at, correct me if I'm wrong, 70, 80 lumens, somewhere around there. More than adequate for working underneath a house or up in an attic. And this is the best one. Before this, I was using Energizers and Husky. Those brand from, what was it, Home Depot from a long time ago. I still have some actually. I put her on my dog's collar when we go walking at night. She's solid black. Yeah, it kind of breaks it up too, which is nice. The band's pretty good. After almost a year's use, it's still got elasticity to it, which I'm surprised. All the cool camouflage stuff, if you can see there, has been rubbing off. I don't mind that at all. Has a very thin, don't know if you can see that right here, very thin foam pad for your forehead. It's okay. It works good. Does a good job. Dogs are barking outside, sorry. I bought this a month ago, ish. It's made by Coast. I saw it at Lowe's sitting there, and it had a guarantee with it. I already mentioned this, yesterday on the post I put up about tools of my trade. I really, really like this headlamp so far. I'd love to be able to afford one of those Petzls or any of the other ones, really, but they're like $100 to $200 to $300, and I can't quite swing that. Elastic band's cool, typical, nothing fancy there, really. Plastic adjusters. This is another adjuster. If you're not familiar with headlamps too much, this is probably what you're used to. This or those Energizer ones. They work. This adjusts the actual intensity of the beam, or the light, coming out. It goes from all the way up to all the way down and everywhere in between. To give you an example of that, turn it all the way down. You turn it on right here. Actually, we'll go through a little more of this. It's solid plastic. On the elastic, you have this little pouch, basically, and it houses the cable that runs the electricity from the batteries to the actual lamp itself. I was really concerned about this. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. See these sharp edges right here? I was thinking in my mind, this band should go around the outside of these. I was concerned it was going to dig into my forehead. Not the case at all. I actually don't feel these. I don't get little marks up there from it. The only marks I get are from right here on the front. And that also has a pad there, plus it has a strap over that. I'm not feeling any discomfort from that unless the band's too tight. Of course, you can adjust this to tilt it out to get a better look at your workspace if it's below your eye level. That really helps. And that's aluminum back here. Check that out. You notice on the Ranger, it's just a solid plastic body. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I just was kind of impressed with it. And if I remember correctly, yes, you can take this apart. So if you're electrical engineer, or you're just mechanically inclined enough to do that, something goes wrong with it eventually, which it will, you'll be able to take that off. And you know what? I think I lied to you. It kind of feels like maybe it is plastic. It just looks like aluminum. I digress. Everything's plastic on this. You have an adjustment for the bezel for like a flood or a spotlight beam. All the way out like that is going to be your flood, and it covers an area. If I'm looking at it, and my workspace, say, is like 10 feet in front of me, it's a good 8-foot beam, maybe 6 to 8 feet of a cone, and it spreads out, obviously. But within 10 feet in front of you, it really floods the area. And I haven't really scratched it up yet either, which I'm quite impressed with. It's LED. If you turn it all the way the other way, here, give a better shot of that. Flood, spotlight. when you have all the way down like that, you have a cone, just a tiny little tube basically of light, and that goes a very long distance. If I remember correctly, this is a 91. Actually, you know what? Hold on. No, you have to go off memory. I still have this. I'm glad too. It's 196 lumens. And I really believe it is too. You know, give or take 5, 10, whatever the variance is allowed to be, but I believe it is. It is extremely bright. One nice thing about it is they had the Try Me. If any flashlight manufacturer is out there, if you'd ever watch my video, I don't know if you would, but let the customers try it. I don't care to buy more batteries if it gets ran down a little bit from playing with it so much. I want to be able to see how bright that light really is. Nothing worse than dropping even $5 all the way up to however much you want. You get home, you put it on, you're all excited, you turn it on, it's really not that good. I'm not excited anymore after all the marketing and the publicity on it. This is living up to the hype of this right here. I've never seen an ad on TV or online, didn't do any research, total impulse buy. This is the HLC focusing headlamp. Yeah, that's it. 196 lumens. $40. I'm really happy I got it, and it came with Duracell batteries, believe it or not some off-brand from Korea. Here's a really good example of what it would look like between the two beams. How it circles the body like that, that's really, honestly, how it is. Now, of course, if it matters to you about artifacts or halo, then you need to go with a non-focusing, i.e. headlamp like this. Because when you focus it all the way up to a single cone, just to a narrow cone, your spotlight, you're going to have a halo, 2 or 3 halos, and maybe artifacts. Most artifacts on nowadays are on the lens, like smudges, dirt, scratches, things like that. But when you expand it to where your beam is as big as it can get, generally speaking, there are no artifacts, which is really quite nice. I can wear this with my hat on. It's not the easiest. I'll have sunglasses right here, but to put it on, all you do, in case you were ever wondering, is this right here. If you're photosensitive, avert your eyes right now or dim your eyes. I'm going to turn it on. That's low, okay? Now I'm going to turn it up, the intensity, with that little toggle switch back there. And it goes all the way there. Turn it right back down because it's annoying. I can adjust the beam like so. I'm using 2 hands to kind of keep the focus on the phone. I'm going to turn the light back up, so watch your eyes. Alright, turn it back down. You can look back now. That's that. I don't know if that turned out very well. Give you an idea how it looks. Right here, the little plastic things I was telling you about, they actually don't even touch my skin at all. They ride about 1/8 of an inch above the skin. And on the back here, it also has a huge pad. It's rubber, like a neoprene. Put my Razorbacks hat back on. Made me sad this year. Very easy to open. It does not fall off. It hasn't been stretched out yet. Silicone, that's not neoprene. I was thinking silicone. Comes off. You got your 3 AAA batteries. I'm using some other ones right now. These are provided by my work because this is necessary for my work. Check this out. I'm hoping it shows up on camera. I'm going to take one of these batteries out. They don't come out easy. That's good craftsmanship there. Because when they get loose, they cause problems. Look in the center of the 2 batteries there, right here. See this little plastic retaining clip, I guess you want to call it? You've got actual brass, not cheap pot metal, but real brass connectors and springs. That's huge. They're less likely to rust as quickly. They're easy to clean as well. But these plastic retainers, clips, they're not necessary to hold the batteries in. But what they do, hopefully this shows up for you. See how it holds it in there? Oh, look. They don't come out. That is super important. Because if you're under a house, if you're out in the woods and a branch somehow, in some way, is able to rip this little silicone cover off the back, even though you got the cover there, it snaps in a little, and you got the strap while it's on your head, and this part goes against your head, if somehow, or even you just lose it, that comes off. No big deal. Your batteries will still stay there. Downside to most, probably 90% of all lights out there, cheapos, like this, they don't have that. Watch. All 3 of them just fell out, and I didn't even shake it that hard. That is a huge downside. So, with that being said, go get yourself. If you're in the market for a headlamp, and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, or you just can't afford it like myself, I know 40 bucks seems like a lot, but if you actually use a headlamp all the time, I use mine 2, 3, 4, 5 times every single day at work. When I get off work, it's dark and I'm walking my dogs, I use it then too. I use mine all the time. I cannot speak highly enough right now. It's only been a month. I can't speak to longevity. Coast HL7 focusing LED headlamp. 196 big old lumens. I'm sorry if I'm grossing you out with that finger. I got a caught in the door. Ouch. Yeah, if you want to know a little more about this, you're like 1 meter drop resistance, water and rain resistant. Really don't go out in the rain with it. You'll have to take it apart and clean it. It will corrode in there. Runtime with this, that's a downside. If you leave it on high and the light on, from my experience, you're going to see some significant dimming within about 2 hours of use. If you have the lowest setting, I'm guessing here, I don't know, I haven't tried it, probably close around 5 hours, maybe more. I don't know, it depends. Each model is slightly different depending on the electronic, on the circuit on it. 2 to 5 hours. Keep in mind, it's 196 lumens attached to your head. If you're going to be walking around a whole lot in the dark anyways, you don't need it up all the way. Just turn that puppy down, it still throws out quite a bit of light. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions, sorry about YouTube, and not that it's my fault, but sorry there's no way for me to easily respond to you. You can't do VRRs, you can't do all sorts of crazy stuff right now because of Google+. Shoot me a PM. If you have a question you really want me to answer, shoot me a PM. Is that even what it's called anymore? I don't know. Send it to me. It'll pop up on my phone that I have a new message. I don't check it every day, so be patient. Thanks for watching. You guys have an illuminating day. No, do 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 do.